Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today is going to be a quick conclusion video to the £24 water damaged Nintendo Switch from the retro future. So I tried to fix it and unfortunately I couldn't, and I was a bit disappointed because there was no proper end to the video. I thought it was the main chip that was faulty, but I wasn't too sure. Well, now I am sure what the fault is, and it is definitely the main chip. So I just wanted to share the video with you because it might help you out if you're suffering from the same problem. So when I read back the comments, there was loads of helpful comments. I always get helpful comments on my videos, and one of them was to remove the capacitors from this faulty bank down here. So I had a whole row of capacitors that were short into ground down this row here. Now, even if just one was faulty, they would throw the whole lot to ground. So what I did is I unsoldered all of them, and then I checked the pads. The left hand side is all going to be going to ground anyway, but the right hand side shouldn't be. In this instance, when I unsoldered all these, all the pads were still short into ground. So Steve from Tronics Fix said that he had a few Nintendo Switches like this, and he was going to remove the main chip when he has time to see if the shorts disappear. Well, I had time today, so I thought I might give that a go. Contacted Elliot from the Retro Future, said, do you mind if I damage the board further by taking off the main chip? And he said, no, go ahead, it'd be interesting to see if that is the problem. So basically I heated it up for around probably about 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds, it didn't take very long, at 480 degrees with full airflow, and it came off really, really easy. Wow, it's come off. Wow, it actually came off quite easy. I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Oh, I've never seen the back of one of these. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can all see. Look at that. Lovely. In fact, it came off so easy, I thought that I'm going to take off one from another faulty Nintendo Switch. But on this Nintendo Switch, the capacitors are testing good. So in other words, the chip looks to be good on this particular Nintendo Switch. Now, this is interesting. If you have a look now that the chip's removed, we no longer have the short to ground. So down the right-hand side before were the ones that were short into ground, and now they're not. They are all testing okay. Obviously, the left-hand side are still short into ground, like they should be, but not the right. Now, if you have a look here with my fingernail, I'm on the right-hand side of these capacitors, just here on the right-hand side, and look where it comes up. It comes up here, which is the very first row of balls in this middle bit here. So basically, that bank of capacitors are the first two rows here. So the second row is ground and the first row is not. And if, for example, I go onto the second row here, you will see that it will short to ground. Yeah, so that's the second row. But look, the first row doesn't. Yeah, so the first row is not short into ground. Yet, when we go on our chip here, they are shorting, and that is the problem. So basically, on a proper working Nintendo Switch, they will eventually short to ground, but not instantly. So when you go across those capacitors, it might take a second before they short to ground, and also the ohm reading is different. From memory, I think the ohm reading was about 45 ohms, yet on my faulty board here, or Elliot's faulty board, I think it was coming up as 6 ohms. Now let me zoom in for this bit here so I can show you the actual chips. So basically, the chip goes on the board, I'll zoom in a second, but the chip goes on the board that way there. Right, so you can see I've zoomed in now. This chip on the right hand side is the good one, and this chip here is the bad one. Now just to show you, you can see that's how it goes on the board with the NVIDIA sign there. So we're dealing with these ones here, and likewise with this one here. Yeah. So now these two should be exactly the same, but they're not. So I'm going to read out the meter readings, and then, like I said, I'm going to zoom out and show you. So if I go between here and here, so let's take the second row and the first row. Now you can see it shorts instantly. Yeah, as soon as I tap it, it shorts. Yeah, and it's coming up as, let me get the reading, hold on. Right, it's coming up as 3 ohms. Now let me just go on to a random other one. Let's go to here, and let's say here. And again, it's coming up as 3.2 ohms. Now if I do exactly the same on this side, often it takes longer to short and it will come up with a different reading. So you can see up on that one, hold on that one now, on it now. And it takes about a second, and it's coming up with 35 ohms. Let me go on to a different one. Let's go into this one here and here. Again, see, it takes about a second there. And it's coming up as 34 ohms. So let me zoom out and I'm going to show you exactly the same. It's going to be hard for me to do because I can't really see it without getting my head right in it. But let me just try to do it. It might not work first time. Right, there you go. So you can see, well, I've gone off it again. Hold on, there we go. 31 ohms, yeah? 32. Right, and now let's go on to this one here. You can see it's coming up as 3. Yeah, so that is the problem there. This chip has gone faulty internally. Okay, and just very quickly to show you another ground on the chip. So basically this one here is also ground. And then if I go on the first row, again, you can see it's coming up as 3. There you go. And on this one here, if I use the same pin, so the ground one here, and this one, you can see it's a lot higher, 37. Here we go, so it's really interesting to find that out. So basically what I would like to know is, are these chips married to the board? I presume they are. What would happen if I was to put this chip on this board here? So obviously this is the one that came from the manufacturer, like that. But what would happen if I put that one on there? What else would I need to change on here in order to, you know, marry it up? For example, is it this little chip in here? Is it these two here? Is it this one here? Are they even married? I presume they are, but I don't actually know that. So if you know the answer to that, please put it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more Trying to Fix videos. Thanks so much. Bye now.